And I was just going to throw one other thing out there. This ain't a big deal. It's something goes kind of with their bestie thing or unicorn bestie. But so if anybody happens to just, you know, I warned my wife because I remember one time I seemed like one, I think I wrote one and she stuck one down there a year or two ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was.
This year? It was.
And I know about the most recent one, but that's something about that. It seemed like one other time. But it's been a while. But anyway, yeah, we're going to put this on the board down there, and right there at the pig, it got a little community board, and me and my wife's going to put a nice one out there. It ain't nothing bad or anything, but we're just going to see what happens. And we're going to put on there what we're looking for, what what we would like to see the person be like, and what we'd hope they at least something that we have that we like. We'd like for them at least to have a good portion of that in common with us, so we can bond. And it makes it a lot easier as my wife finds out. It makes it a lot easier. It goes a lot smoother if somebody likes your stuff. Because most of our stuff, as I said, it's stuff we can listen to, we can watch when we're out, which ain't but a couple times the indicator that you can get out. Fire comes once a year, and so you may see her down there, and I may go down there if I've got a ride. I'll go down there, me and her usually will go out there and play a few games, throw a few darts, maybe even do some eating or something. Maybe look at free stuff. She might even look at the art thing and just kind of go around and make her rounds. Sometimes they have a few animals up there. Oh, not that. Oh, not. Anyway, um, what's the matter with it? Oh, but anyway, so if anybody down there wonders, I'm gonna, my wife, we're not gonna do it all the time, but sparingly we'll do it maybe once or twice a week, you know, and put one of these up, and it's just about our unicorn bestie thing. So that way we can let somebody know. So if there's somebody out there that says, "Hey, I think that'd be the right fit or whatever," and well, like I said, it don't matter about what the color is and all that. Mainly, it just depends on what you got and you don't got, so we know what moves we need to make. If you got a car and you happen to have a house or something, then we might not have to make the other option, which is uh, looking for us another place kind of like this or something. But you know, if you're somebody without any kind of big baggage, and like I said, you may have a job. We just happen not to. But I've had a few cracks at it, a few stabs, but I keep getting laid off and keep getting mistreated sometimes in these jobs and stuff. And, uh, things that I've already put out on videos before that, stuff that wasn't really my fault, just stuff that happened to a feller. And so I said, you know what? I've worked just as much as I've not worked. I would do side jobs, and my wife would, if there was somebody out there that paid or did something on the side like that, and it was something we could do or something, and our bestie knew something like that, okay, we would try to do that. But I'm not going to sit here and put mine or her name or anything else on anything, because I really don't like having people over me, and I like to do my job. I like to do my work. Or some people, they like to do the opposite of that. But no, we don't care. About the weight thing. The only thing we just kind of want somebody, body type wise, somebody that's could go out there and play basketball, and probably somebody between slim to an average or athletic body type. Something where we wouldn't have to, worry about anybody, running out energy too quick, or not wanting to do it. Better if we have somebody that kind of type and make it easier on us, be able to do some of the things we want to do if it's outside. But like I said, me and her, we like to we like to watch movies every once in a while, stuff that we grew up on mostly. I mean, every once in a while, if a good movie comes on, it's a little bit new or something, but it's something good, she might watch it. But usually it's her Lifetime movie channel. Huh? What is it? What is it?
I was trying it.
But she sometimes does her Lifetime and stuff like that. But she don't watch it as much. But with that game shows, like I said, I'm 37, she's 34, and but she and I don't have a lot, of outdoor activities. It's like most people around. We don't like the hunting and fishing. Just something simple where we don't have to be out of our element too good, too much. If y'all wanted to fish, we could stand by and talk or something, or make, do something that, right there with you or something. But we're doing good. Let's see here. We got a comment. All right. Here, you can respond to the comment.
Okay.
We're doing good. This is Jessica. No, we came out. So I'm trying to make a nice video. But we had to do something earlier, and I'm gonna put this and that on Twitter and everything, just like I did the others. But anyway, the other things that we're not looking for is a lady with kids, really. Although if they're nice and good, calm kids, I could compromise on that. I just don't like it when people say, "Well, you're like a uncle to them, Uncle Derek or Uncle Rick or something." One of them shortened my name. They call me Uncle Rick. But yeah, I don't like doing that because it don't really last too long. When you don't know them that good. So, the least baggage as far as your past goes, the better off it'll be for me and my wife, because we already got enough as far as our handicap goes and everything, and a lot of things that we don't want to. I'd like to get to know a few things good first. I mean, personal stuff, there might be something in there you could slip in, but, I like to see somebody, if they've had a rough past, somebody that can kind of understand that even though we may not have been through that, we can get you through it. If you just kind of listen to us, we mean well. If you can't do that, then don't waste none of my wife's time, because I don't want to have to. I got enough. Me and her have enough problems as it is with people, and I'd rather see somebody you know, in their 20s and 30s, mid 20s and 30s, whatever, somebody could, you know, potentially be out here around Goodfield Road or something, one of these roads out here in Decatur, Tennessee. Somebody we can meet, somebody we don't have to do no money for, no cards, none of that bull. You know, there's a lot of people on the Twitter that, you know, don't ever get on. We tried looking up local stuff. But mainly we just come on here and we update Jim Cornette, uh, podcast clips. Me and her has it on normally at night. We just like to listen to it. Some of them's funny and makes us laugh, you know. I'm kind of a sarcastic kind of person, so if I make you laugh, it's when I'm telling you the truth about something and how I word it and how I say it. I'm not normally one of these that joke like me and my wife here. We don't have a handy joke book thing or don't do that kind of stuff. Like I say, we're not in the news, politics, not big on religion too much, although she'll go sometimes just to get out and all that. But, you know, because there ain't much here to do in Decatur, Tennessee. But no, I graduated 2004 up here in Rankin County High School. My wife, she was, you know, in Tampa, Florida originally, and she ended up going to Ohio, and that's ended up where she graduated from her in 2008. So moved down here around somewhere in 2010, and then, you know, we ended up meeting once, I think that year, and then the next time, I think it was a couple of months later or whatever it was down the road, she saw me up there volunteering for Jones Street Cafe at the time. Now it's Family Diner. And so every once in a while, they're nice enough to, you know, if you know, need a dinner, you know, a little bit on the house every now and again, you know, if we get into a little rut and they don't mind to help us out once in a while. You know, but it's not to me and her take advantage of it. Sometimes our stuff don't work out, you know, money wise. Me and her don't have a lot. And what we do got, a good portion of it goes toward bills, and our payee pays that stuff off. She'll send out a little bit each week. Me and my wife's got some stuff over here for a special lady, unicorn bestie thing. So if we get it, we've got you some stuff, and we got you some nail polish. We got you some you know, things to put on your nails. We got all kinds of stuff. The biggest thing we got, though, I got you a shirt and dress that she paid for. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was, just a few dollars. But the biggest thing we got, because it was really serious, and I really wanted to make the person that comes to us feel special. And so anyway, we got a 10-karat gold ring, and we got some other stuff. The ring itself was $721. So the tax was like, it was $640.42, and added like, oh God, almost $100 in tax. It was, but I didn't care because we had our stimulus money, and I told my wife, I said, well, the next time we get a crack at something, let's have something already ready so, we can. And like I told my wife, we don't have to give it to them right away. We can always, if we have an option, if they have a place they can go, we can just text and call and visit each other. We can do whatever we need to for a couple of months or so and get to know each other. on the inside more and not just drag somebody in here like happened last year. Uh, we talked about it so much we don't even need to go over it, but it's just hopefully by doing this, by putting some stuff out there and sharing it on the Twitter thing and all that, maybe our chances, like I told my wife, it shouldn't take long, but maybe our chances will increase on finding this one person or however, or somebody, happens to be in this 423 area code, you know, or Athens or somewhere close nearby Athens, Tennessee. But yeah, you know, there ain't a whole lot to me and my wife, but you want to get on here and you want to say a few words, I'm gonna let her do a few. Here you go.
I just want to say thank you to JML Ham. Thank you for commenting, buddy. I'm not interested in men. I have a man right here that's talking. I am married. I've been married for 10 years now. Um, I um uh he was I do the usual and I just hope that everybody has a safe night and stay warm. Um, I want to say thank you to my husband for sticking up for me and backing me up on things because I really trust this man. Um, because I've been with him for 10 years and he knows that I always tell him the truth. I don't lie. So thank you, honey, for being there for me and sticking up for me. Uh, but like my husband saying, I don't have friends or family here. I'm to myself. So good night, everybody. Bye.
Okay, well, that was short, but no, we're not. We've had other people out here, and we've had people, offer us a little bit of something, something, and it's usually like couples and kids and all that sort of stuff. The last time we had somebody up here, which was a year ago, I'll just say, I thought, and my wife thought at the time, she said, she explained to certain things and made some points, but obviously, as you know, you can't never tell. As I told her, my mama is a good example for somebody that would smile in front of you, and then 5 minutes later, here you go. He's texting me about her, whoever it is. She'll be back just a minute. But anyway, yeah, my mom, she could be smiling and act like she's happy one moment, and another time she could be, she could be really there to be mean the next. Her real intention might be to get all ticked off at you and really, we had that happen one time uh, several years ago. But anyway, yeah, we gave up our family and what few little friends I had wasn't much, less than 10, probably about five altogether. But we had two or three of them. One of them wanted to go to church with us several years ago, or wanted us to go to church with them. Excuse me. I just was in there in the pig like always, mind my own business. My wife was with me that day. And it's like, oh, I'm going to throw so and so a birthday party. Would y'all like to show up and come to my church, Grace Baptist, whatever it was. And see, her relative was teaching or preaching at the church. So anyway, we did that for a while. But unfortunately, the girl that we used to go to school with me at the time, she was married and just wasn't the same kind of person. So we kind of just fell out on that, and things didn't turn out too good because we just didn't get much out of it. Another one we tried, had one named Stacy, and she was married too, and had a bunch of kids. Then had a bunch of her relatives. One time she offered to go to the park up here at this school, and they have done a little bit of stuff to it. They've changed a few things, painted a few things up, and now it looks a little better. But I went out there, and me and my wife's like, oh yeah, because we thought it was just going to be us two and them two, or at least them two and maybe her kids. I didn't know it was going to be like 15, 20, 30 more people. Seemed like in that darn van, and it seemed like a shitload of people. I mean, it was. I didn't keep count. There was definitely over 10 in that van, and I was like, oh my goodness, And my intention was, I thought that, she would go out there and probably with us, we'd walk on the trail and just have some talk or something and or something like the old days. Oh no, she had to go out there and be right there with them. And supposedly she said she was at the time shouldn't have been doing it because of some stuff that she didn't think she didn't think she's having more kids. So anyway.
She lost her.
But she I think she ended up losing it because of it. But anyway, she got out there and done too much.
Yeah.
And anyway, but I didn't even know that at that time. But anyway, I met her once after that several years ago. A couple of years ago, actually. It's not been about 2 or 3. And I told her, I said, look, don't tell me about so and so. Just I'm gonna stay out of Yin's business. Whatever Yin's do is what you do. I'm not. I said, if you want to say hi and you just want to wave or something, okay, whatever. But otherwise, I gave everybody up. We don't. And my wife couldn't believe it. I think she was shocked when she first met me. Like, ain't nobody texts his phone and nobody calls you. I said, nope, not other than a doctor, Sethra,
Me.
or her herself. Her family wouldn't even have enough guts to call me or get to know me. She's the one telling me about them, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I said, oh my God, she tried to make them sound so good and so nice, and then it turned out she didn't know, but I mean, I knew what she could expect on my end, on my people's end. Hers.
He got mad at me because I wasn't interested.
But hers, well, that's okay. I mean, but we can't tell who anybody is on here anyway when we're on here. Nobody puts up actual pictures, so I'm on the one so
He's a
far.
male.
Oh, I know, I figured that. But anyway, but I don't know why, but you see a lot of people do that on these things. But no, we just want to come out here and try to end on a good peaceful video for tonight.
Yeah.
And not have to make do we have that ring somewhere special?
Yeah.
Do we have it? At least just show that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show the ring so everybody knows. I don't do this. And that. Oh, it's over there. Oh, okay.
See?
Yeah. And this was what was $700, $721 altogether.
Yeah.
And
It's almost 800.
yeah, 642. I was right. 642. How about
Yeah.
that? But well, see, I remember because I remember, I've looked at it. I've looked at it several times. Like I said, I remember when I first bought a lady a ring one time. The first time I met somebody offline, and somebody said, my wife said, "Well, how did you do it back in the day?" For example, I said, "Because it was on my phone, and at the time nobody even knew what an app was, and nobody even dared to, get as interested in it. But as times went on since 2009 or 2010, things changed. And, and now it's got a fancier word, and they call them apps, and everybody's worried about the Coinbase and all the little bank account apps and everything else, and that's just something me and my wife don't worry too much about. As a matter of fact, it's the last thing I'm worried about, but it's just a lot of red tape, it's a lot of trouble. That's why I said we'd do good just to meet somebody out here.
Yeah.
And I know. Like I told her, I know we're going to be against a lot of people. But all you gotta do is have one. If you get that one person and now whatever family they got, be glad. If you get that support, if you get that much, that would be enough for me, and I could live without the rest of. Because nobody gets to meet everybody. It's impossible. You can't have everybody for you, and everybody that, that's one of the things I always tell her. And I know she's fixing to go to church, and they'll probably bring something up, but she already knows I basically covered about everything. Anything they say, it's you might as well take over half of it and reverse it, and just reverse it in your mind and say, well, it really should be this way because it's really how it is. You can't go by books. You can't go by. It's one thing if you out there and you're and you buy a celebrity book, or and they tell about their life and all that you can prove because you have evidence of it, pictures. Everybody does social media and all that stuff. I do. I give the celebrities a hard time because I don't know if they're the real ones or not. I don't know if it's just somebody doing playing games or whatever. Sometimes I might even just go along with it for a while, and just play along because I don't know. I've seen people that don't even have no jobs like this at all. That has them tied down there. They look like $1 million on the outside. The thing that we're missing is on the inside. They're really, a few times we've had somebody interested. It's usually been when somebody had somebody, that don't have a mom or dad anymore, and we've had a couple of times that's happened. But the reason it didn't get completed was because we either got lied to in some form or fashion about them coming down here and them saying they didn't know this and that was going to go down, and certain things like that. You got to know what you're getting into. You can't just trust job ads and all that stuff. You can't do, that's just me, but because she wants to show something. Here's one of her reborn dolls. This is
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Oh God.
Dorothy.
Oh my goodness.
I named her after God.
I usually think her name slipped up. But yeah, she's got stuff like that. She's got stuffed animals. There's another. And Derek Jr.
Yep.
And that's one we got from someone off the. That's one of the two people that she's able to get us at, and that's what I don't know. It was a good few $100 for that thing, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But anyway, but that so far that's as good as we've gotten. But I'm hoping to end this on a good note, and at least one more time have enough, have enough there where at least a fair can say, hey, one more time, let the magic happen one more time, and let that be what you end up with. Take care of that, do whatever you need to do with that, and make that last you, because you don't need all these other people. You don't really have to have that. to make it. Because, I mean, this is just, that's why a lot of them don't like me or her, because we're not gossipers. We don't hang out at the nursing homes.
I try to get her volunteer at the nursing home.
But we don't do it. She's tried to volunteer, but I mean, if I'm her or me or whatever, I'm either going to be wherever home is. If there's a choice in that manner, and I don't care. I don't want nursing homes. I done seen a couple times where somebody, gets something done to them in there, and things happen in there, and it's just not a good thing. Well, oh, she's typing again. No, we just thought we'd kind of come out here and make another video of some kind, something a little lighter, or much lighter at least, but and just in case, 'cause we did have both times actually. We did have one that they already had somebody that they were real close to, or something like that. If that kind of thing happened, which Decatur, Tennessee, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that that's a popular thing here, but I mean, it's popular. My wife said, "Well, Derek, there's all kinds of people that comes in. It hurts me sometimes because, they come in with their little crew or whatever." I said, it could be other family or something, or it could be somebody from school. I just told her when I was in school, I didn't go to other people's houses. I hardly even called anybody. The people I called kept calling and ringing the phone off the hook when I lived up there at my granny's house. For the sake of this video, so everybody knows. I call her Gospel, but no now. But anyway,
I don't like gospel.
I just don't like it when people be nice in front of you and then talk bad about you behind your back.
That's really messed up
You
for
know,
what
if you-
happened today.
If you got something to say, I do it out in the public. So, well, you ain't afraid to do one of these videos. I had somebody on Facebook one time asked me. I said no, because the one thing I'm sitting here and I'm just looking in my own camera. I said, now if you'd had 100 people, 30 people, 40 people, and they just kind of, was not paying attention to me, now that would make me feel bad and make me feel awkward. That one we ended up kicking out. She made me feel bad afterwards because my wife, because she wasn't much of a. She wasn't. I mean, it's just one person and her 2 kids supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know the other 2 things were happening, and she didn't obviously either, or had forgot. I don't know, but she said she'd been on her Facebook for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously I don't know what they did or didn't do on there. So I didn't check my wife's stuff, and she hardly ever looked at my stuff. We just kind of did our own thing, and she got intertwined with one of them people from Alabama because she shared some of her, like you saw, one of her dolls,
Mm-hmm.
put the pictures out there, and somebody goes out there and just,
I wasn't trying to.
I know it, but out of nowhere, this person said, "Oh, I want to be basically, it's all it is a text buddy." Why? When you live
Because you don't have no friends.
when you live in Alabama and we live in Tennessee, and then on top of that, if that ain't really that bad, but on top of that, all she want to do is a woman thing, and for the reason why, well, because again, unfortunately, I'm married, and I've tried a couple of times. One time we had something down here at them other apartments. And one wanted this and this way, and the other done this and that way. That's the way they always treat you. So I gave up on couples. Well, what if it was two women? Well, if it's 2 women, that might be a slightly different scenario depending on how they treated you. but definitely no man and woman couple because God dang it, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You know exactly. But no, say if somebody were to come out and talk about anything, I already got everything I know I'm gonna say. So if it's really that bad, and you can't really, like I said earlier, if you can't really help yourself, get over that. It might be best you keep it hid. 'Cause I'd rather see something happy and jolly and not so, in a tizzy all the time. Somebody always seem like, they always something happens. Just the few people I've seen always seem like there's something. And like I said, I could respectfully, my wife could see, hey, I work somewhere and I'll be home at such and such time, and we can do what we can do then, and blah blah blah, and then or something like that. And there's things that we can work around and get done, then okay. And then thing you want to say something else? Did you think of something else?
Mhm.
Huh? If you thought of, oh, okay. But no, I think here in the what time is it now?
6:32.
6:32. Well, I've been on here a while, haven't I? But yeah, here in just a little bit, about half hour, she gonna go. I reckon take Dorothy down there and go to church. But when I used to go that stuff, I used to sit. I used to always, and I did on purpose. I always sit second bench
On the first bench.
behind the first one, always, and I sit on the farthest side, the side, the closest side that was next to me. Like this one over here is way over here. I always sit on this one, whatever was closest.
Mm.
Never, hardly ever anybody had that spot, and that was only a handful of times that would happen. It was less than 10. And when that did, it was rare, but I usually went in. The only thing I'd do is shake pastor's hand, and I would, go sit down. Well, what if they got up to fellowship or what? Oh, if somebody came up, if they want to call it that, and they said hello or something, I would just do that as a courtesy thing or something. But if I went up there and prayed or something, if they offered you to go up there, every once in a while I'd do something like that. But after the service was over, I was the first one out.
I'm taking Dorothy tomorrow.
And we're gonna take Dorothy tomorrow. And
Because she keeps me from getting my anxiety.
and like I said,
Oh,
I've seen enough of these people on here that takes dolls in the stores,
you said it
make
wouldn't
videos,
bother
so
you.
if they can do it, my wife can.
You said that
Somebody will
I
like
could
it.
if I went to.
Somebody will like it. But no, I don't ever put timelines on nothing. But I'm glad that she's
I
kind of,
feel better.
she feels better about the situation, and we're going to give it. It shouldn't take much longer. I mean, hell.
I got you to calm me down because I got a hole in my heart and I can't get upset.
And but anyway, well. But I just told her to let the chips fall where they may.
I just want to be loved. That's all.
If if in a year or two it don't seem like it's going nowhere, and she wants to call it quits, we'll just throw it out all the way because there's no need to,
I could
because we
use
got
it, right? I could use it, right?
Because I already got my wife. When I got the ring, like for the unicorn thing, I got her almost exactly the same one,
But
except
I want to keep the ring.
there is a little bit of difference. But we really want this to happen, and I'm sure I just can't put a date or a time on it. But I kind of see things kind of turning. And if we get all the people out of these gospels out of the way, and we get all the dang, the rest of them that sees her walk down the road every now and again, coming out of their houses, if we get all that crap stopped, apparently doing these videos, that's helping some, and something like that, and maybe some of her the note thing that she posted on the pig bulletin board. But anyway, like I said, we'll just probably go back and watch this video, listen to it. She likes listening to our stuff after we do it. So anyway, if there's anybody out there,
Our numbers are out there. Just posted them.
Yeah, she commented on here, but they're on here. They're on the YouTube, so maybe I can. I know I'm not allowed to put them, type them out there in certain spots on Twitter, but if you're a lady somewhere close, nearby, between here or Athens, somewhere nearby, close, that you don't mind to travel up here, we're about 30 minutes out from Athens, but 182 Brown Street, Lot 1, Apartment A, Decatur, Tennessee 37322. If you got a GPS, you can put that in there. But for the sake of this video, because I've never done this for you, tried it on the Twitter, but our numbers. Mine is 423-589-9264. Hers is 423-589-9263. Her name's Jessica. And like I said, we'll if we can't meet up right away, we can plan a day or whatever. If you've got a job or something and you can't come that day, don't worry about it. But just, huh?
I spelled my last name wrong.
Oh, don't worry about it. They both said, and I don't even think this shows up on there.
It does.
I think it's just here, but anyway, but if you somewhere nearby and you don't have family, or you've been in some stuff and you've been in a little situation where you tried the normal usual stuff, and you'd like to try this, I can assure you, as long as everything goes the way it should go and everything fits, and I don't have to worry about somebody interrupt me, back talking me. As long as everybody, the person that's in here is listening and taking everything as it should, like any normal person should, then everything will go smooth, and we can have fun and make things a lot quicker. Like I said, it don't take me no time to tell people about my life story. But there was 100 things I used to see all the time on TV. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. But never had chances really to do them. That never materialized. I want to be a singer. One time I wanted to do the disc jockey thing. At one time I remember having the thoughts of being a weatherman, or one time I wanted to be a baseball umpire or whatever, just whatever. And then, when you find out, oh, well, half that stuff, you have to be in this spot and that spot, or you have to hope that somebody, back in, we didn't have social media and all this stuff. And as far as the singing thing, or just or the wrestling commentator, or the wrestling ring announcer, nobody had that much time. Nobody, you couldn't put me in between all that stuff. My brother got to play a little bit of a little league baseball, And one time wanted to play golf. He thought he was going to play golf professional until I think he found out it was going to be harder than he thought. To get yourself on worldwide TV and all that, and it looks fun. All this stuff, like I said, it sounds good, looks good on TV, or when you're doing it behind the scenes. I actually got to take a couple of trips to, some radio stations. One of them was in Madisonville, the smallest one. I don't remember what the radio station stuff was, but the one in Knoxville is the most popular one. It's a country station, or at least at the time they were playing country. When I walked in, it was I think they were playing Alabama. Well, no, I think that was the smallest one, but I don't remember exactly what WIBK was playing, but it was country. But I got to go behind the scenes thanks to this job program. This guy took me out there and took his assistant with him, and and everything, and we got to go up there. This was probably at least 2007, 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. Probably 2006. Before I ever got the job that I got that year, later on that year. But because he asked me what was I into, and I said music. And they said, well, I got this idea. I can. He to his credit, he took time off to. We went up there and looked around what they do. They showed us around. I'll never forget one of the youngest ladies up there, probably in her 20s at that time. She thought, oh, she looks at me and sees me walk through there. She thought, oh, you working here? I said, nope, just taking a tour. But anyway, I only wish, because like I said, and I realized you had to call. I had to start somewhere small just to get up to where you'd like to be. And I'm not calling these college football games or high school games or anything like that, because I don't even watch it. And I don't know what half that stuff means. I just know what I see on TV practically. I know more about baseball, which is something I usually watch more of than I do football. But anyway, we just want to come out and make a positive video. Is there anything like that you want to tell about you, honey? Something that you want to say? Or something like that? Oh, well, I can guess. And she used to be a cheerleader, huh? Yeah.
Soccer player, basketball player, and softball player, and cheerleader.
But
and I worked at my 2 McDonald's and Wendy's, and I graduated from North Springfield, Ohio, 2008.
And she worked at one of those shop things.
And I worked at Tech Industries that sucked.
In Ohio, but I was lucky when I was asked to work at one of them places. Of course, that wasn't hard for me. I mean, I had a few people sit around, but nobody even, it's easy for me. Nobody really wanted to go home with me. Of course, my wife, she's already with me at the time, but nobody even wanted to be anything. They just it's exactly the opposite for me.
I went to Kauai, Carnes, Telka Plains.
These are high school.
Mhm. And then when I moved here, I moved to Telco for a little while. And then I moved to Knoxville for a little while. And then I went to Sequoia because I lived with my grandparents. Then I went to North High School because I had to go live with my dad because my mom couldn't take care of a disabled daughter. She said she wasn't capable of taking care of me. That's why she gave me to my dad, because my dad had a job and had a car to take care of his own kid. And he pushed me all the way to graduate, because my dad said he wanted somebody to graduate and be able to go to college, and he was going to pay for my college, but he said he couldn't right now, and I understood, because I know the budget was taught, bills and stuff like that was taught, so I understood. But I'm a good person. It's just I get upset real easily. But I don't mean if I get upset with you and you're a single woman, we get a little fussy. I'll sit down with you, or I'll go for a walk and calm
Well,
down.
yeah, I go like I said, it goes with because I don't want another crack whore up here, and I don't want anybody else's kids. If I've never been had anything to do with them, was responsible for them being here, I'd much rather not have to deal with them because
No,
it really makes me look bad if
not
y'all
me.
these people, or if a unicorn bestie or something's like, hey, I just, and they're cool with it or something, and and they wanted something like that, and then we could definitely sit down here and plan this thing, whole thing out, and said, hey, we could afford this.
Yeah.
Okay, but otherwise, I just really, unless it's good kids, they already, like I said, if they got the old X thing all worked out, and he's capable of he's got visitation or something like that, and the court orders it, and they want to go do that thing, and she ain't, just like me and my mom and dad, they didn't stay together, but it wasn't that hard to make them realize what needed to be done.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Excuse me.
oh no.
Excuse me. I don't mean to do that.
I know. But my mom, as I was telling her, my mom and dad, she might call or text, and every once in a while, Granny Diane, her mother, would want me to come down and when they'd have a birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and most time we had fun things to do like darts. I wish my wife could have seen it. A hell of a lot better than what she took me to.
I'm sorry.
But
I didn't
I
know if it was
know,
good to treat him
I
like
know it's all
that.
right. It's all right. But yeah, I just told her I don't know, but it seemed like when when my mom and them threw them things, and it wasn't there every time, but it's a good majority of the time. That's the best place to have it. It was an old store. I don't even remember the name if it even had a name. It had some name on it, I'm sure, but I don't remember what it was. But they owned that, and they owned the apartments up there. They had some apartments.
Well, I better get ready to go.
Okay,
Too much time.
all right. But yeah, they had some apartments that their predecessors. What in the? Oh, I bet that's set they're bringing. You know who? Oh God. Well, this state you gonna stay in here till he leaves?
Yeah, because I'm not supposed to go there when he's out there.
Oh Lord, because I heard something.
Yeah.
But-
I don't know thoughts, so
No,
he starts with me and wants to go with him.
I know this. But teriyaki.
He's out there yelling.
But anyway, yeah, my people's own them down there in every once in a while they would invite us down. You know,
I'm gonna go work behind him.
but we had some. Oh, I was talking about my people. A lot of times they'd be at each other, everything, family stuff would be kind of, topsy turvy and all that, and just some things would be going on. But every time the kids got together, we could make married couples with their own kids work because it's in my family. I used to have a good time with those kids, but I never had anybody else's kids, usually treat me as good as my own kids that on my mom's side whoever they were with had their own. But other than my dad's second wife's kids, they were really good. I watched them uh, one time and got some things done with that, but you know, but they treated me good, so I hate to see them go. But anyway, right now, we don't have. It's just me and my wife. Uh, there's nobody's took us off her. We wanted to make sure we showed this ring to you. I hope she put it back up. I don't know where she put it. I'll have to ask her when she gets back. We just kind of want to come out here and tell our life story. We don't do the hangouts and all that other stuff. So if you want to get to us, just watch this video. And anyway, we're almost to an hour. I've got about 4 minutes to make an hour, so I'll just go ahead. Try to make it to an hour. But it's just we just want somebody easy, simple, and that really has everything going, for them as much as possible. If you're like us, you don't have a lot, but you got a good attitude and you look just as nice on the outside. That's all that matters. I mean, you got to have both. You can't be one. You can't have one thing on the outside and the inside be totally different. But me and my wife just thought we'd come out and do a little something nice, and so hopefully things will work out as soon as possible. I know sometimes when she goes to church things, she prays about it. And does it quietly, but I told her God ain't always going to answer it. Sometimes we just got to go out there and get it or find it ourselves, or let it find us. And I know that special lady's out there. I know she's out there somewhere. I don't know where, but she's got to be out there somewhere. And she may walk up here. You never know. She may be one of them out here on one of these side roads or whatever. And I wouldn't care if it's 2 or 3 in the morning. And I'd explain everything to the person. I know the reason why everybody gets on these social media things, especially Twitter and Facebook, because they're free. It's free. But even though you can't do an actual video on Twitter, you can share it as like in a tweet. So I'm hoping for that this will kind of help people. There's not much more that I can tell other than, I'm on some blood pressure pills, seizure pills and stuff. I got vitamin D I take, but that's it. We get a doctor checkup, every so often, every few months. But we're in good shape. I don't. We like to give out. We like to. As far as if you like to cuddle or any of that stuff, we love doing that. We like to, my wife, she likes it when I rub her head and all that stuff. We'll kiss and stuff. And so if our unicorn bestie wanted any of that or wanted to make out with us or whatever she wanted to do, if that's something she's, likes to do, then, we'd like to have all that and do it all with you, whatever you want to do. We just, because somebody easy would make it so much easier on us. And it wouldn't be so hard, And like I said, I only know there's one person out there somewhere. 20s, 30s, just like we described. I know she's out there. I don't know what her name will be, but, I prayed for Jessica one time, and it just happened that that's the name I came up with when I was praying out loud, and that's what came up. Her name means a message from God, so it's just one of them things where I was at the old apartment where I used to live, and I did that when I was at home, and I didn't tell nobody. I hid it from them. I never told anybody. So that's kind of the way I'd like it to be, unless they just knew their support would be supportive and would text and call us, try to get to know us like they do, or come around, and actually come around and see us. Then I'd be cool with it. But anyway, I'm just the way we're just the way we are, and hopefully that lady will be able to come out and show us, not worried about no viruses or nothing, not worried about smoking, drinking, and drugs. Just be yourself and relax. Be the kind of person we're looking for, looking to meet up with. And if you need clothes or food, we'll always make sure we have that here. We got enough clothes to kill a dead man. So food, we're going to go tomorrow. We'll be out there tomorrow. As my wife said earlier in the video, we'll probably be out there anytime between, she may get there before I do, but, I'm going to be riding with Cetra. It's a little transportation company. It's a local company. They transport people. It's $1. If you're in town, it's $1. $1 to pick you up and $1 to take you to their destination. So $2 would be needed. But anyway, numbers 423-324-3305. So if you don't have much, but you got just enough to get you there or whatever, or like I said, if you I wouldn't care. We wouldn't care if you were somewhere. We got to know you real good and everything, and everything went like we hoped, like it's stated in this video. We could even, if you gave us your information, address stuff, we could just tell them, hey, and we'd pay whatever we had to pay. It's only a few dollars in town, like I said, and $6 to go to Athens, but it's not too bad. So, whatever, or if you got somebody can bring you, whatever your situation is, maybe you're like me, and maybe like my wife, at times you live with somebody, and maybe you're looking for something sort of like this, and they're willing to help. We'd be thankful for, but we'd like a little bit of a girly girl, but at the same time, a little bit of a tomboy wouldn't hurt, a little bit of both would be our perfect match. And somebody likes our music and all the stuff that we talked about here. We're Braves fans, wrestling fans. We like a little bit of UFC, and old boxing sometimes. Like I said, old 80s, 90s TV shows, 80s, 90s movies, music, everything from the 50s on up to mid 2000s or so. And sometimes even in the 2000 teens. Every now and then there's a song that catches, it's real catchy or funny or just, a good song with somebody with a good voice. Very rarely, but these days, most people lip sync more now these days than Milli Vanilli. But anyway, that's why I don't watch the parade very much. But anyway, we go out to eat a lot when we can, or, not a lot, but when we can. And we just do what we always do at the house, clean and do all kinds of stuff that we have to do here. There ain't much to really do here. But since we can't, all live in here, we can, like I said, we can figure it all out when you get here. You can stay a couple of days if you need to. We can right away get us into an apartment, check some out and everything. We can even or if you've got a place, we can go to and from if you happen to have a place, or we can do, you know, we can do, if you've got a place and you already like us and you know what we're like, we can take a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, whatever, something short, but something long enough that you know what you're getting into, and you don't have to worry about our money and all that. It's took care of, like I said earlier, pay and all that stuff. But anyway, we're not here to ask for your money. We're not about your money. We're not about any of that. We would like to be loved, like she said. We'd like to feel like we're wanted and loved, and that we can contribute. And where we don't have those things that you don't see us have or know we don't have, we wouldn't mind to pay for your gas or whatever. If you paid for our dinner, then the next time we'd pay for your gas or your dinner. Whoever's turn it was, we like somebody like that. That wasn't about money, but would do nice deeds. Back and forth, and we be able to do that. Like I said, spend the rest of our life with this person, whoever she is. But anyway, if you're out there, girl, we love you, and we can't wait to be family to you, and be like a stepmom and stepdad thing. And trust me, we got everything that you'll need, and then some. We've even got a certificate. We can fill it out and everything. So whenever you want to do the whole married thing with the ring, the way we'll have to do it. We can't do it the way that most people would do it, but we can do it in our own way and fix it up to where, we have our own little private ceremony like thing or something, or make, if you had some support and they wanted to come watch us do it and we planned it out a certain way, you'll have that ring for the rest of your life. And if something ever happened to you or happened to us, we'd keep you in our hearts and nobody else would ever come. Like I said, nobody else we'd never do this ever again. Because we'd have if something happens to you or something happens to us, you've got whatever. Well, if something happens to you, hopefully we've got some people that or, some girlfriends or whoever, family, whatever, men and women that you got in the family. But, there won't be anybody else, just be me and my wife. You won't have to worry about no drama, none of that, because they won't be coming around. We done away with that several years ago. But like I said, just hope that this clears everything up. I can't really think of anything else. I've kind of went over everything. As far as, we don't play ID games and all that stuff. So, like I said, if you can meet us out here, call us up, talk to us on the phone, but try to text us first and send a picture if you don't want to meet up right away. But just text us first with a picture and put your name and how old you are. Like I said, anybody in their 20s and 30s, is what we're looking for. Slim to average body type, any color. We don't care where you came from and all that good stuff. Athletic woman, something, But anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I hope somebody on Twitter or somebody out in the world that feels, that kind of knows kind of how this feels, and that we can't help the things that's happened to us. Hopefully somebody out there see that we're good people and that we mean well. We just, we have an open mind. We say what we think, and hopefully we can find somebody kind of like that, that kind of can agree on politics and religion and see things kind of the way we do. And if they do go to church a little bit, well, me and my wife would make sure we go with them. I just don't go to this one out here because I don't like any other people really that go there. I just don't like to be just a head count somewhere. If the church was real good and they got a good message across and it was really good and they read the Bible more often and did things the way I'd like to see them done, I wouldn't mind to try to go and give it a try at least, somewhere I've not been. But anyway, If you don't, that's all that much better. But we like theme parks and malls and different things like that. Yeah, but anyway, we love you and hope that we see you soon or very soon. Hopefully, maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? Next week. But it could be any time, any day. But we love you and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, sweetie.